Well, hello there to all my BC WrestlePod nerds out there, and welcome to this is our second episode, but I am still excited. But welcome to the Velvet Riot, your Eve Pro Eve Battle Girls Riot Wrestling post show here at BC WrestlePod. My name is Mikey, and I am El Jefe of BC WrestlePod, and joining me this evening is my co-conspirator of the Velvet Riot in Mr. Benny the Bear, who I am happy to have you here, friend.
Always happy to be here to be talking about Eve Riot Girls of Wrestling. Uh, let's rock and roll, shall we?
We shall. Now, just a little bit of a disclaimer. Uh, I was trying to, I scoured the internet to find all the match cards. I could not. So you're just going to be staring at this lovely picture of Megan Bain and Sire Reed for the whole entire show. And then as I was pulling up results right now, I found a website that had it. So good to know for future references. But it's all good. I'm really excited to get into this show though. But before we do, a little bit of housekeeping, if you will. If you are new to BC WrestlePod, well, welcome. We're glad that you found us. But we pretty much go live at this point every single day of the week, and that is especially true starting this week because Hell Week is upon us from the wrestling world, but in a fun way because there's a lot of wrestling that we get to discuss, and I will be talking all about that at the very end. But if you're looking for something a little bit more self-contained and more on the not committing hours upon hours of watching weirdos talk about wrestling, but would you not want to watch weirdos talking about wrestling? Because it's great. Our social medias at BC WrestlePod has the report cards that kind of give you a quick synopsis of the results and our thoughts on the weekly shows, the pay-per-views. This morning, I just posted the AEW Dynasty report card, and so you can read that. But it also, we do prediction stuff, we do clips of the lives. It is a grand time over there. So you can pick your favorite social media site. Follow us at BC WrestlePod. We also have merch for available for purchase at our shop, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. Last but certainly not least, we pay for a lot of stuff. So we got a coffee, bought a little coffee friendo that will be popping into the chat ever so often if you want to feel like to donate to us, but no pressure because we know economic times are tough out here. Alrighty, let's get into it because we got lots to talk about. Lots of good setups in this particular show, which makes me excited for future shows, especially now that we are in the era of the Session Moth Martina, which we're gonna get into when we get there a little bit later. But this was a fun show for sure. Again, this showcased a lot of great stuff. So let's get into it, shall we? So we are going to kick things off, though. We're going to kick things off with our first match of the entire afternoon, morning, night. It was in the morning when this was airing live on Friday. So, uh, but anywho, we kick things off with a really fun match that I was looking forward to when it got initially announced a couple weeks ago. And we saw, of course, one of our favorites, Miss Anita Vaughn, which we love her, and she is fantastic. Take it on Ring of Honor's very own Miss Billy Starks. Oh my gosh, I was so happy to see Billy here. I love her so damn much. But honestly, yeah, this was just spectacular. Of course, this was really fun to see Billy travel all the way to the UK to take on Anita Vaughn. Um, Definitely fun to see Anita Vaughn use a lot of her power to kind of just throw Billy around and keep her
Mm.
grounded early in the match. Um, to kind of keep Billy from using her speed and her high flying moves, which was also a lot of fun to see. Uh, and every time that Billy in this match tried to get some offers in, she was just met with a forearm from Vaughn, which was really, really solid. And I love that. But of course, it wouldn't be a wrestling match if we didn't see a comeback. And boy, Billy did come back with the swanton, but Vaughn kicks out. Vaughn continues to be dominant against Billy Starks with her power. She goes for a black hole slam, which Billy, counters it into a crucifix pin for the win, which we love to see. Um, I thought this match was a lot of fun, and this is definitely a really good showcase for Anita for sure. And then, of course, Billy coming through to take a beating, and she persevered to get the win. So, Benny, what did you think of our opening match between Vaughn and Starks?
I like this match a lot. Um, there was it was very evenly paced, uh, uh, evenly matched, right? Like Billy Starks is a really great ragdoll babyface. Like she just really makes you feel for her when she's being tossed around. And Anita Vaughn is really a great heel. Like she's just uh, she's gonna stand in your face and smash you in the face, you know. And for two young wrestlers, like this was an impressively a great match, because these even though they're uh, young in their careers, they both have had a ton of experience, and uh, even Billy looked shocked at the end that Anita didn't kick out.
Oh, most definitely. We gotta love it. And I agree with you. I think Billy makes herself really fun to be kind of like this ragdoll of an opponent, especially when she goes up against very powerful, power-based wrestlers, which is a lot of fun to watch. And honestly, I kind of want to see more Billy here in Eve or even get reps in other places around the UK because I think it would be great for her repertoire of things as well. So this was a lot of fun. Uh, Again, Billy starts with the crucifix pin for the win. So afterwards, we get into our second match, which was a nice little tag team match. Which, my God. So of course we have the team of Chantel Jordan and Alice Inc., also known. I made sure to write down the tag team name as Euro Smash. So we gotta love them. And then of course they were taking on the team of Corey Zero and JGU, also known as probably one of the sexiest names I've ever heard of for a tag team, but in French art. It's just so nice to say. But don't let the name fool you because them girls went at it. Everyone went at it, and this was so much good. Um, this was very fun in the sense that of course, you have Euro Smash, who on paper is more of a hard hitting brawler type of bruiserweight kind of tag team, where French art is more technically sound. Um, I was blown away because Miss Corey of French Art over here showing off with some lucha skills, and French Art obviously already showcasing their double team skills to gain the advantage early on. Alice's striking game, when she strikes them girls, I'm just like, oh my goodness. I was impressed. And honestly, from this match, to me, Alice is someone I would love to see continue to wrestle in Europe and climb the top of the card. And then potentially, I don't know, maybe come over to the US and do some stuff. It was great. But of course, in a wrestling match, momentum is, back and forth. Euro Smash does end up taking control for a little bit. And of course, hitting some dives out on the side of the ring. French Art ultimately, though, hit a combination move to get the win. All four, all four of them show respect to each other after the match. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of want to see more Euro Smash in uh Eve, but honestly, French Art are absolute stars, and honestly, I am kind of excited to see them climb to the top of the tag team division. So they are so good. I've become a big fan. I've become a bigger and bigger fan of French Art the more I see them. But Benny, so now that I wanted to like to hear from you, what did you think of Euro Smash versus French Art?
this was amazing. For two teams that technically are new to teaming together, this this match really kicked ass. Like I remember, like the first, I think it was like uh, not when it first started off, but the first tag and switch of opponents. Like I think it was Chantel Jordan and Corey Zero, and like they just did like the RPD Jerry Lynn spot, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in. And this that stuff friggin' ruled, man. Like I really like the French art are really great, uh, really great heels. Like they cut off the ring really early on and just sort of never relented. And uh, you're right that Alice Inc. She is something else, man. And Chantel Jordan, I've seen her around Eve, and she's amazing. Like very technically sound. Like got some really great high arcing bridges, you know. And man, to be honest with you, since I've been watching Eve this year, um, uh, honestly, like I'm still new to it as well. But like I've got two matches from French Art on my match of the year list already. So
French Art is such a good team, man, and I'm in the same boat. I'm excited to get to know more of the Eve roster. I mean, I'm familiar with some of these girls already because of other promotions that we cover here, but I am always here to learn more and to become even more fans of more wrestlers, especially in the women's wrestling in general. Like, we need that, honestly.
definitely, and the UK is sort of just booming right now. UK and Europe for women's wrestling. Thank you, Mercedes, for shining a light on that.
Seriously. Oh my goodness. But yeah, French Art pick up the win over Euro Smash. Can't wait to see more of both teams late, in the future. Alrighty, so let's get into our third match of the evening, which not only was a lot of fun to watch, but there was also some plot development afterwards that we're going to get into. But it is the picture that is on our screen right here, which of course is AEW AEW's the Megasis Megan Bayne taking on Sapphire Reed. Um, this match was definitely a clash of styles, but my god, it was so much fun. And it was really fun. I'm just gonna say this: the whole entire match, it was really fun to see Sapphire kind of be able to eventually break down Megan Bayne and her Megan Bayness, if you will, because Megan is not a tiny woman. No, no, no. She is. We're far enough in. Megan Bayne is literally a shit brick house. Like I was like, Lord help her. But it was really cool to see Sapphire hit Megan with a drop kick through the ropes to the outside. She gets the advantage, but of course, Bane is so powerful that it only takes like one move to completely change the momentum back to her side, which was a lot of fun to see. And it was really cool to see this back and forth because as soon as Sapphire hits the move, Bane immediately counters it. There was a springboard cutter, but Megan Bane hits out of it. Bane hits a series of like the greatest hits that we see her use in AEW and just in wrestling in general. But of course, there's a kick out. There are two tornado headbutts, but doesn't put Megan away. Megan hits a running power bomb for the win. Honestly, this match was here to show that Sapphire definitely has a lot of toughness and she can withstand a lot of damage. And it was really cool to see her be able to kind of quote unquote grit her teeth, to quote grizzled young veterans. against a more stronger and accomplished opponent. But unfortunately, Megan was just a little too much for her this time around. But this was great. Uh, before we get into the plot development, Benny, what did you think of Megan versus Sapphire?
This match ruled. Like I've been saying it since I've been watching that. Like sometimes when you see somebody, you're like, oh, that person has it. You know, uh, and Sapphire has it. Like she is fantastic. Like her and her partner, uh, Anita Vaughn, um, known as hyperactive on the British indie scene, are definitely two to be looking at right now. Like, and what is it like those headbutts that she had? Like first one was just like sort of like jumping into her, and then like jumping into Megan, and then like the second one, like because she did like a series of three, all great things coming in threes, uh, a cup of tea, cup of coffee, a toupee. But I digress. Um, you know, like she does like the third one up to like this the first rope, and like I was like that's just simply amazing. That and Megan, uh, much like we were talking about with Billy Starks, Megan has been putting in the miles for several years now, and it's paying off because she's probably one of the best women's wrestlers on the planet right now, and she can cut a damn good promo. Did you see that promo that she cut on was it Siri for uh, the Stardom title
Yep,
or NJPW?
yep. I so good. The promo is really good. And also, side note, I'm really excited about that match at Grand Queendom.
Yeah, I am all about that. And like the last thing I want to say is that like Megan had one of the best running Liger bombs I've seen in a long time, probably since Jushin Thunder Liger. you know?
It's so devastating. It's so good. Oh my goodness, honestly. So, yeah, this match was great. But let's talk about this plot development, shall we? Because Megan leaves, Sapphire's in the ring. And after the match, we have, of course, Rio and Alexis Falcon kind of come out to cut this promo. Um, they're basically playing the Mean Girls. you know, they are calling Sapphire out, saying her that she, basically blaming her for the Eve, Rio losing the Eve championship, and then like letting Session Moth Martina become the champion and all this nonsense. And Sapphire gets a little bit, well, quote unquote, spitfire, and she fires back, which then, of course, has Rio and Alexis Falcon bring out, the other girls that were part of the team in that big old brawl during the main event of in that match in Wrestle Queendom. So, of course, Rio and Alexis, they bring out Lucy Sky, French Art, Anita Vaughn, and Molly Spartan. Sapphire basically calls everyone out on their mess, be like, she beat you, you didn't even get to compete. And so it looks to be a group beatdown, but Anita Vaughn is like, no, we ain't gonna do this. And so Anita ends up backing up her tag team partner. The group attacks Reed and Vaughn, but as the beatdown is happening, the Mean Girls are run off by Session Moth, Martina, Euro Smash come back out, and Melissa Fierce is also out as well. So with lead pipes in hand. And so with everything that is said and done, after the girls are checked on, Anita Vaughn and Sapphire Reed leave together. So honestly, it could hint at the fact that we might get to see Hyperactive as a tag team in Eve, which makes me excited. I love Hyperactive.
Yeah, same. I like this little bit here because like it set up what would come later, and you see, a babyface turn doesn't have to be like uh, over exaggerated, right? Like it could just be
Mm-hmm.
like a heel sticking up for their friend. And man, that Rio, uh, is man, she's so great. Uh,
She's so good as a heel. She's so good at both because in Progress she was a face most of the time, and but to see her as a heel, I was just like, yeah, girl, you are the baddest bitch in the game. Like honestly.
yeah, yeah. Like some people are just more comfortable in a certain role.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely Rio as a heel. And that Alexis Falcon, man, she's growing on me too because uh,
It's been real.
she's a pretty great mean girl.
She really is, and it's been really fun to see Alexis kind of come into her own as a heel now. I mean, she's a heel in Progress as well. Well, now she is for the last couple of months, and it's been really fun to see her. I talked about it last week, but as a sidebar, y'all should go see her match against Mercedes Martinez from this past chapter of Progress because it was so much fun to watch, especially since Mercedes Martinez is on a retirement tour as she will be hanging up her in-ring boots at the end of the year, man. Crazy.
Unbelievable.
20 years in
Unbelievable.
this business. That's wild.
And never a good run. Like on TV anyway. You
I
know?
feel so bad, but you know what? I love I love Mercedes Martinez, and we'll get to see her this weekend, which makes me excited. I can't wait to see her. But anyways, so let's continue with the show. So we go to a bit of an interval, and when we come back, we get into our fourth match, which is for the Eve Tag Team Championships, which sees our challengers of Night Sky. So Violet Knight and Sky Smithson, whom I love so freaking much, taking on the champions of Lolly, which is Holly Barlow and Lana Austin, the bestest of friends. And my God, I was laughing hysterically. I was just like, even whether it's here or in Progress, their dynamic is still the same, and I love it so freaking much. Um, this match was a lot of fun for a number of different reasons. So, to kind of break it down a little bit, so the match starts very fast. Nobody waits to lock up. We just jump straight into the action, and Lally gets the advantage. Holly, in my personal opinion, has been really fun and incredible to watch, both in Progress and in here. And it's been really fun, even in Progress, to see the team of Lolly going from like a reluctant team to a cohesive unit, which has been really fun to watch. But also the same can be said for Night Sky, who have also become a great team in a very small time period. And it's really fun to see them doing it with more underhanded tactics throughout this match. Um so Night Sky was just being completely dirty. They were taking advantage of poor Holly, man, and they made sure to isolate her as much as they could from Lana. But Holly is eventually able to make the tan to Lana, who then clears house. Meanwhile, as we get towards the tail end of the match, Violet distracts the ref so Sky can hit Holly with the title belt. But this is what I love when the refs are actually fucking smart in professional wrestling because, you know, Holly getting hit with the title happens, but the ref saw what happened on the screens that are hanging up next to the entrance. And so he calls for the match. Lolly get the win by disqualification, but both teams continue to fight after the bell. And Benny, I don't know about you, but it doesn't appear that this rivalry and this feud is over anytime soon. But again,
Oh no.
no, 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 no. But here's the thing, it's the small details that I appreciate. Like the ref saw what happened on the screen and actually was like, "Oh, no, I saw what happened. And no, we're going to call this match right now." I was just like, "Yes, I love that refs actually being smart and making the right calls like in storyline purposes." I love that so freaking much. But yeah, so I don't think this feud is over. So, Benny, what did you think of Night Sky versus Lolly?
This was fantastic. And clearly, I've said that like almost every match because like this, I really like this show a lot, and this match was no exception. Lally is easily one of my favorite tag teams, women's tag teams that I've seen uh, in the past few years. They're really great cohesive unit, even when they don't want to be. Like they're still like fumbling into double team maneuvers, which I love. Almost like what we saw last night with Takeshi Okada, where they're just they're so good, but they're just fumbling. You know what I'm saying? But like Holly Barlow is a really good wrestler, and apparently she's not she's pretty new to wrestling. Like she's only been wrestling for like 2 or 3 years. Like man, she's gonna be so good. Like a couple of shows back at Multiverse Rumble, right? She came out as Mr. Bean, and she played it to the tilt. It was fantastic, and like getting back to this match, but like I also really like the DQ spot, and the when Night Sky came out, they had actually given them a little bit more time in the ring before they brought out Lally, which I really like because Sky Smithson is a natural heel who gets a ton of heat. So like she's just whipping him into a frenzy before the match even starts. I love it. Good stuff.
This match was a lot of fun. This was, yeah, so this match was so fun. I'm excited because it seems that we get to continue this feud, which I love, and it's going to be so much fun. Um, all right, Benny, brace yourself though, because let's get into the semi-main event match. So the fifth match that ended up happening on this card, and good God, honestly, this is probably my favorite match of Bruised, Battered, and Hungover. But we get Rio versus Emerson Jane. First, ladies, you get one of these because it's like, yes, this was just, oh my God, talk about like, I feel like this is an overstatement to I feel like this is an overstatement to say, but God, these two are just some of the best that the UK and Europe have to offer in general. Holy crap. Um this match was like at the same time. Okay, let me just start here. It's been really fun, even though this is the first show after Wrestle Kingdom. Like you could tell from the plot development that we got earlier in the show to this match that Rio has become more fierce and miserable at the same time since losing the title. And this match was amazing. back and forth action, hard hitting action. At one point, Rio drops Emerson with a muscle buster, but Emerson ends up kicking out of it. I've said this, but Rio to me is like one of the best wrestlers in Europe right now. But at the same time, Jane is one of the toughest, which is great. Emerson ends up hitting a Spanish fly, followed by a gato bomb. Rio kicks out of that. Emerson dives to the outside, but Rio moves and Rio hits her with a chair. I was like, oh, good God. Then Rio hits a package pile driver on the ring steps. I was like, oh my God. I could not. And it will be another package pile driver that would get Rio the win. And honestly, even in progress, she wasn't like this. But this new level of violence for Rio and everyone in Eve this is going to be it. Just make way for Rio because she is on a war path back to that title. And whoever gets in her way, I feel afraid and terrified for them. But my God, what a match! Holy crap! This is definitely my favorite match of the Bruised, Battered, and Hungover. But I could continue to gush for hours. But it's not just me here. Benny, what did you think of Rio versus Emerson Jane?
I agree. This was my favorite match of the show. Rio doing a one-armed muscle buster at the end. I was like, wow. Like it just doesn't make sense.
No, for real. Like when that happened, I was just like, to quote one of my favorite drag queens, Bosco, I was just like, just why, for what, and honestly.
Oh man, Rio got some nasty rope burn at one point. Like it was just like it's a giant mark on her side, and like that steel step spot like was pretty brutal looking. Like, and I'm always a sucker for a good package pile driver. We love you, Kevin Steen. Come back to it.
Honestly, it's holy crap.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say was this friggin' ruled. Like Riho, as you said, is on a warpath back to the title. There might be a few pit stops along the way, but she's definitely coming back. Much like the person who made the Muscle Buster famous, she giving big Samoa Joe vibes right now. Like just tearing through everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm excited to see who comes up against Rio in the next couple of Eve shows. And I cannot wait to see how that goes down. So, but yeah, Emerson Jane versus Rio definitely is on my short list for probably my favorite matches, not of just April so far, but I have probably one of my favorite matches in 2026. So again, that automatically got added to the list.
Certainly, it was on mine actually, and
Oh
Rio
my.
has two now.
Seriously. I don't know, Rio. If you keep having bangers like this, when we do the end of the year awards and we do our favorite women's wrestler of the year, I'm like, Rio. So cannot wait for that one. Alrighty. So this next match is technically the main event, but we get it in two parts because we get two separate matches for this one. So in a non-title match, we have our new Eve champion, Session Moth Martina, taking on Lucy Sky in this one. So I do want to say, based on what we saw in this match, Sky is definitely a powerhouse in a way that um, Session Moth has yet to encounter so far. And I have to say, Session Moth is always fun to watch, but she impressed the heck out of me in this match, especially when she hit that middle rope Rana. Um, and also putting Sky into the octopus. I was like, oh, I didn't know that we had that in our moveset, Session Moth. Oh, heck yes. Um, but of course, I was having too much fun, and guess who wants to ruin the fun is Miss Alexis Falcon, because Alexis comes out with Molly Spartan to attack Martina, which then prompts, Melissa Fierce and Abby, of all people, to come out and back Session Moth. So then it turns into Martina, Melissa Fierce, and Abby versus Alexis Falcon, Molly Spartan, and Lucy Sky. This goes about the way that it is supposed to, back and forth, but Abby tags herself in and gets destroyed by the other team until she's able to poke them in the eye and tag in Session. I love seeing Martina come in. Martina also looked good in this match. And also Melissa Fierce looked really fun in this match too. They both did good. Martina hit the Jaeger bomb. Lucy Sky pulls the ref out of the ring. Martina hits a dive to the outside. Abby tries to climb the ropes, but Alexis Falcon gives Abby a swinging neck breaker to pick up the win for her team. Um, Afterwards, Martina what seemed to be upset with Abby. Abby said she just wanted a job, because as we know, Nina Samuels fired her again. God,
Poor Abby.
uh, poor Abby, man. She just wanted a job like most people out here. But then Martina said that she doesn't, she has her 496 kids at home. Her words, not mine. So she doesn't have money to pay to give Abby a job. But Martina says she doesn't need an assistant, but she does need a drinking partner. And so Martina sent the crowd home happy, as they had a party, Abby taking a drink with, you know, Session Moth, Abby, and Melissa Fierce celebrating and having a good time to send the crowd home happy. So I know that was a lot, but Benny, how did you feel about this whole ending sequence from Session Moth versus Lucy Sky turning into the sixth woman to dance party to send the crowd home happy?
I really like these kind of angles because it was sort of like threaded throughout the show, and it's like setting up stuff probably leading to uh, Eve's 150 show, and that's what I would imagine. And ever since I've been watching, like Abby is easily one of my favorite comedy characters in wrestling right now. I know that's saying a lot, but she's got amazing time. I'm an awkward person too, so like, I sort of see myself in that character, and she's very, like a plucky underdog, and I love it. And yeah, as you said, like Lucy Sky is a very much a bruiser, and there's a lot of bruisers in Eve in pro wrestling Eve. Uh, Alexis Falcon, like I saw that. I don't know if you saw the interview that she did with Simon Miller. Simon Miller's got like a Between Two Ferns or Hey W type show now. I'm trying to plug his stuff, but he's great.
I love Simon Miller. Great content creator, even greater human being. Love him.
Absolutely. But like, I like this kind of stuff. Like, this was very much like just send the folks home happy, and you got all the baby faces together against the best heels. So nothing wrong with that,
No, definitely. What more can you ask for?
right?
Oh my goodness. So, yeah, this was definitely a super fun show. And it definitely, with the show, it definitely built up new factions. We brought back Abby, and definitely this show was really good in showcasing everyone. But of course, in my personal opinion, Rio and French art definitely showed up and showed out a lot. So that was really good. And yeah, that brings us to the end of our Eve Bruised, Battered, and Hungover post show. Um, this we're far enough in. I can curse. This was fucking fantastic. Like,
Fucking A right, it was.
it's
Fucking A right.
hell to the yeah. And the cool thing is we don't have to wait super long for the next Eve event, because on April 25th, as you had mentioned earlier, Benny, we get the Eve versus TJPW show. And that is, I'm so excited just what we have of the cards so far, because we are getting, like you mentioned, we're getting Shoko Nakajima versus Holly Barlow. So that should be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see that one. But the match I think is going to be really good, and I'm super excited, is to see Miyu Yamashita versus Alice Inc. And I'm just like, good God, I might pass out in my chair.
Yeah, I'm also really excited to see whoever Hyper Masao wrestles. That's a really fun character that I enjoy a lot.
I'm excited to meet new people, and also supposed to appear on the show is also one of the TJPW talents as Yuki Aino. I believe I pronounced that correctly. So I'm just excited to see this crossover, because TJPW is fantastic, and so is Eve. And speaking of TJPW, we did see one of their girls. We did see one of their girls come on over to Vancouver, which was really fun. It was fun to see for Mystery Wrestling, which we'll talk about Thursday. But before we go, let's actually get into it, because I had mentioned this at the beginning of the show, and you might be wondering to yourself, Mikey, why did you use the term Hell Week to describe what's coming up this week? And I'm glad you asked, random person on the internet. So, in the 3 years that we have been doing this, um, and the rest of the group boys can attest to this, but around WrestleMania weekend, every single year, at least the last 3 years, all the independent promotions have decided to get together and to run a bunch of shows while WrestleMania is also happening during that week. And the reason that we call it Hell Week here at BC WrestlePod is because this is the most shit that you will see us cover within the span of a week. And to nobody's shock and chagrin, and I'm really excited to announce this too, that the crew that is going to be helping me with Hell Week this year, outside of one of them, this is a brand new crew. So these are the freshmen that are going to be experiencing Hell Week. So you're going to be seeing the core five of us be popping up in and out of the streams and all the stuff, starting technically starting this Friday. um we're covering a crap ton of stuff just to kind of give you what this week is going to look like. So it starts out normal, and then we jump straight into Hell Week, because tomorrow night, Benny and I will be here at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific to talk about AEW Dynasty, or Dynasty if you are, that person. Um, Wednesday is CMLL and NXT, which should be interesting. Thursday is Mystery Wrestling 24. And then everything kicks off, because Friday in the afternoon, we have Bloodsport watch along. Then later that night is our TNA Rebellion post show. Then Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Of course, we got Effie's Big A Brunch, which is super exciting. I cannot wait to watch that show. I'm
Mimosas
excited.
all around.
Mimosas and emotions all around. Also, just to warn you, with Pero's announcement of his match that is happening at Big A Brunch, I'm just letting y'all know, hide your twinks. And then later in the afternoon is our night one of WrestleMania watch along. Sunday morning is it's Joey Janela's Spring Break 10, and then night 2 of WrestleMania, and then we're not done. Sunday will end with the watch alongs. But then we get into all the reviews: WrestleMania, Stardom, American Dream, Gringo Locos, The World on Lucha, MLP Multiverse, Progress Wrestling Vegas, like MTK Fight Club. We are covering so much, and it is going to be crazy. And I'm so excited to do it with my crew this year. And for their help, they will get a "I Survived WrestleMania Hell Week 2026" T-shirt. No, but I'm excited. There's a lot of wrestling, and thankfully, we kind of spread everyone out, so nobody is going to feel burnt out. Well, except for me, but that's always a given after Hell Week. But I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of fun stuff this week. Me and Benny got to get up on out of here. But thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, we both will be back tomorrow to talk about AEW Dynasty and everything that went down in Canada. Not a great night for our Canadian talent. But yeah, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. But until then, from all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We'll see you tomorrow for our post show for AEW Dynasty. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.